Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Playing in the Field of Possibilities. Give everybody a couple minutes to join us. And I'll probably do a test to make sure that things are running on the Facebook group. They should be. It looks like everything's going fine. Let's see here. And you could leave me a comment when you join, or if you're watching the replay, you could do #replay and just let me know you're here. This is one of those master classes that is timeless. This is timeless information that you can use for yourself to really create this a beautiful, magical livelihood, which is why we're here. So I see someone's here. And what's this saying here? Oh, I see. Okay, so if you're watching on Facebook, due to Facebook restrictions, this particular platform, which is called Be Live, can't publish your name and profile picture. So if you're here, let's see if it'll let me. You made it. Huh, this is interesting. I'm not sure how to. Okay, yeah, it won't let me post to the group, it looks like. I could post stuff onto YouTube. So on Facebook, let me know who you are because it just says Facebook user. So, hey, you made it. Hey, I'm glad you made it. Awesome. We're going to get started in about 30 seconds. I just want to make sure. I mean, it looks like we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Things are going smoothly. So yeah, if you're on Facebook, I cannot see who you are and I can't see your picture. I can't see a name or anything. So just let me know. Don Tara. Hi, Don Tara. Beautiful name. It's a very goddess name. Where are you from, Don Tara? Well, I'm broadcasting from Santa Barbara, California. This is my place all around here behind me. It's a little bit overcast today. I did have more light in here, but there's a lot of people that walk by. So I was like, yeah, I think I need a little more privacy. You're from Quebec, Canada. I've been there. It's beautiful. Okay, well, I don't think I've seen you before, Dawn Tara, at one of my classes. So welcome. All right, everybody, welcome to Playing in the Field of Possibilities. So today I'm calling you to claim a bigger, bolder, richer, more audacious version of yourself. Let's step up together. Let's do this. So in case this is your first time taking a class from me and meeting me, I'm Chris Seraphine, and I'm a channel of the Divine Feminine and author of the book, Return to Enchantment. Here's my book. You could get it on Amazon or on my website. And the material for this class is gathered from this book. It's actually a big part of chapter 5. I'm also a marketing content teacher and business coach, and I'm an archetypal brand strategist. So I stand for helping people create magical livelihoods that stand the test of time and creating legendary lives that bring them abundant pleasure and prosperity. Because if we want real fulfillment in anything, and especially in our professional lives, we have to have pleasure. We have to have that good cash flow coming in. Otherwise, we're stressed. And when you're stressed, you're not feeling pleasure. You're not feeling sexy. And it's not so fun, right? So that's what I'm here to stamp out. And let's do this together. It is your first class with me, Don Tara. Excellent. Nice. So a little bit about me. I started on my entrepreneurial path in about officially 2010 to 2012. 2012 was like my big coming out. I came out as a mermaid with my archetypal branding. And before that, I was definitely entrepreneurial in my approach. And I worked in entertainment, corporate, and fashion. So, I mean, I work for some of the largest, most well-known name brands in the world. E Entertainment Television, Paramount Pictures, Disney, ABC, Perry Ellis, GoToMeeting and GoToWebinar, and a handful of other tech companies. So that's a little bit about me. And I just want to just get in and jump into this material, this divine masterclass, and make magic together. That's the point, right? All right. So the big question that this class is asking and that I'm asking you is, how would you behave if you were the best in the world at what you do? And so this question is something I ask myself not every day, but a lot when I remember to. And it always propels me forward. It always gives me that inspiration, that fuel to keep going when I don't feel like things are going so great, when I feel like, wow, is my work making a difference? Because sometimes we put stuff out there. It could be blog posts, it could be a class, it could be even like a Facebook or an Instagram live. And we just wonder who's really watching these. Is it helping people? And the answer to those questions is always yes. Whoever finds your work is going to be moved by it, is going to be healed by it. I mean, it all depends on what kind of work you do. But I mean, even though I do marketing and branding is like my main business model, I really consider myself a healer. Good morning. And I made this announcement earlier before you got here, but if you're coming onto Facebook, definitely let me know who you are, because it just says Facebook user. It doesn't show me your name or your profile picture. And everything I'm putting out there is helping you. Oh, thank you. Very happy to hear that. So ask yourself, if your divine self was CEO for a day, how would you run your business? So the divine self, that is that audacious self, that is the no limits, no hold barred self, who is transcending fear, because fear is something that is always a part of being an entrepreneur. You're not going to get away from it. So that's why I'm here to help you. And, when I talk about archetypal branding and imaginative play and stuff like that, and we're going to get into imaginative play in my next free class, which is a week from today, we talk about personifying the form of your divine business self. So your future self, you could call yourself Aphrodite, Apollo, Rhiannon, Harry Potter. Let me think of some other good ones that you could be Kuan Yin, you could be Isis, right? So approaching your business through this archetypal lens, it just is like approaching everything with new, fresh eyes. And then you see just the sparks of fun and magic and inspiration. And it happens so much easier than if you're trying to sit there and like bang your head against a wall trying to figure out how to do something or how to make a difference or how to stand out. It's like when you call in your divine self, you call in your archetypal inspiration, things flow easier, more gracefully. And again, you stand out more from all the other people who are doing what you're doing, right? Okay, Colleen, so that's you. Yay, awesome. I'm so glad you made it. So where I see a lot of entrepreneurs getting stuck is certain things like, I'm not ready yet. I don't have enough education. I don't have enough experience. I need more time, ... I need more money, ... to do ads, to do this. So what, again, the challenge for you that I'm giving you is, how can you start right now, right here, today, present moment? Like, stop the future thinking, because you're never going to go anywhere if you're always like, have this, well, I'll do this later, I'll do this in the future. It's not standing in your excellence either. It's not standing in high standards. You have to have high standards. You have to have standards of excellence. You want to be outstanding, right? And the more you say, well, I'll wait, or I'll do this later, or, I don't feel ready, that's just fear talking, right? That's, so I feel fear all the time. That's part of being an entrepreneur, and you move through it. You take a deep breath and go, I'm here to serve, right? So when you focus on serving, when you focus on the other person or the other people that need your help, need your special gift, because that's what we're talking about today, your gifts, you get yourself out of that mindset of, oh no, oh my God, what do I do? Right? And you call in that divine self, that divine source. Like I said, you could call it Aphrodite, you can call it Kuan Yin, you can call it Jesus, you can call it Mary Magdalene, you can call it Isis, you can call it Apollo, Zeus. It doesn't matter. You're calling in that divine archetypal energy to move you forward. Okay. All right. So Facebook people, let me know who you are, because with this platform, I cannot see your names or your faces. So bottom line is, it takes courage to shine. It takes courage to step up and be seen, witness, held. And this is so empowering, and it's also a vulnerable place to be. And again, when we do this work as entrepreneurs, having a community, being around other people is really important. Oh, hey, Suzanne. So we've got Colleen, Suzanne, Don, Tara. Anybody else? Let me know who's here. Welcome. Okay, so here's our agenda for this class. So we're going to start with breath work and chakra work to help get us, get our offers and our ideas potent and on point. We're going to talk about the archetypes connected with the chakra that we're focusing on today, which is number 3, the solar plexus chakra, and how this flavor of magic of these archetypes connected to the solar plexus can help us in getting our gifts out into the world. And I'm going to give you a bunch of prompts to get you moving in the right direction, to help you get laser lucid clear and focused about your next moves. Okay. Hi, Marianne. Nice to see you. And Audrey, beautiful. All my beautiful goddesses. I love this. So for the prompts, you could use your computer. You could just open up a doc on your computer or notepad and type. I love just taking notes by hand. For some reason, it's just that, and they've actually done studies on this, that when you handwrite, there's a flow. You tell stories differently, you speak differently, you express differently. And I just feel like, it just gets more of the juice out if you write by hand. And then you could always, type it into a Google Doc, or now they have text to type. And a lot of times I'll just put on the text to type and read what I wrote in my journal or what my notebook onto a Google Doc, and it just types it out for me, and I just have to talk into it. Sometimes if there's crazy words or names, it might misspell things, but you can always go back and edit stuff. So that's just a little tip from me about, this particular sort of prompt journaling writing. Okay. So at the end, I'm going to give us like 10 to 15 minutes to ask me anything you want about your ideas, your biz, your marketing. I'm happy to give you guys tips and any feedback. And, we are in a limited time frame, so we can always, you could post questions under the video, post questions in the group. And of course, I will always be here to answer your questions. So there's no time limit to that, but just there's time limit to our broadcast today. And the final thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you a special credit assignment. It's a special mission. So if you decide to take it on and do it, And then you post in the group, or if you're on YouTube, you could post it under the video on the YouTube video. I will enter you in a contest to win a strategy session with me. And that's, it's $550. So we've got prizes. You have to have prizes, right? A class is no fun if there's no prizes. Anyways, you're getting all tingly. Are you feeling pleasure? And I'm going to do a pleasure dance just for 2 seconds. I know I'm feeling pleasured. So let's begin, beautifuls. So our meditation and breath work. So part of I wouldn't say my philosophy, but part of my methodology when I do coaching, when I do teaching, is I always start with energy work. We have to move the energy. That's how we get our offers. That's how we get our ideas really potent and on point, powerful. That's what we're here to do, this work together, inspire each other, right? So this particular class, we're focusing on the solar plexus because we're going to be talking a lot about gifts and then how to take those gifts and deliver them to the world. And the solar plexus has everything to do with confidence, will, and connecting your will to the divine will. And it also it's connected to the archetype of the magician. It's, in Sanskrit, it's called Manipura, which means lustrous gem. And it's like sits right under here, like right below your rib cage, kind of right in the middle. It's like usually like a little indentation here. So you can put your hand there now and just start to feel into the energy, right? And so the associations with the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, are fire, power, vitality, energy, movement. So the planets associated with the third chakra are Mars and the Sun. Mars is a very important planet when it comes to action, right? It's also the planet of the divine masculine. So in our bodies, we should have equal and balanced feminine and masculine energy. And sometimes we don't have them in balance, and we'll know because we're either like not able to take any action, or we are just like going and overwhelmed and burned out, right? So overwhelmed, burned out, that's the side that means we're overusing our masculine side. And if we're, in fear or indecisiveness, or I hate to use the word lazy, procrastinating, which I do a lot, because I tend to fall more on the masculine doing side. I have most of my life because I come from a corporate background. But many of you may come from more of an artistic background or health-based. And maybe for you, it's like, okay, I need that energy, the drive to get up and get going, to deliver something, to complete something, to like shine my light and be like, here I am. If you're not able to do that, then you might be too out of balance in your feminine side, right? Because the feminine side is all about being and attracting and magnetizing. So we always need both in balance, right? But in particular, our solar plexus chakra, when it's balanced, we feel confident, we feel capable, we are able to move into the world very openly, heart open. And again, it's connected to like also the planet Mercury. So there is this magician archetype. So the day of the week for this particular solar plexus chakra is Tuesdays. So it's like I forgot all about that. So we're going to be really working this one on its special day that it's associated with. So so the archetypes associated with the solar plexus are the magician, the warrior, the god Apollo, the god Lu. You might have heard of Lunasa, or Lamas. That's the god Lu. His name means light. He's a Celtic god. Also, of course, Aries and Mars from the Greek and Roman mythology. Also associated with the solar plexus is Sekhmet. Sekhmet is a lion-headed goddess from Egypt who is very powerful. There's a god named Shango. Shango is West African. And Mau is a West African goddess associated with the solar plexus. And then, of course, in Japan, we have Amaterasu, who is a Shinto goddess, very, very popular in Japan. And she is all about shining like the sun, shining your light. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're really going to do some breathing and getting into our solar plexus before we get into the prompts, okay? So I'm standing. You could stand, you can sit. You can lie down if you feel like you need to lie down, but because this is more of an activating and active kind of breathing and visualization, I would recommend standing or sitting to lying down. But I'm like the queen of laying down for a lot of this stuff. So it's all good. Whatever's going to serve you in this moment. So what I want you to do is with your hands on your solar plexus area, I'm going to stand up here. Maybe I'll, hold on a second, show you. So here, it's like the bottom of the ribs here, you go right to the center. So you could put your hands there, okay? And close your eyes. There's nothing you need to see. I want you to go inside, get really still within. And just begin to inhale slowly in a count of 4. And I want you to imagine that there's a beautiful yellow sunflower coming out of your solar plexus. Like, so there's a big flower pointing straight out. And I want you to breathe in through that giant sunflower and also breathe out through it. So this is called chakra breathing. So we're going to do just some of that together and begin to activate the center even more. Okay. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Hold it at the top and then breathe out. And I would breathe out now through your mouth to release any tension. And again, you're breathing in and out through the petals of that flower. So take a nice deep breath in. Hold. And exhale again out through the petals. And inhale again. Absorbing all the light, all the chi, all the prana in that center of that flower. And then again, exhale and release it out. And just see it now as it leaves that flower as a beautiful golden yellow light, like the sun. And you could breathe at your own pace for a minute here. And remember, inhaling and exhaling out through the flower petals and seeing the energy emanating from this flower is this beautiful golden light. And it's actually spreading and becoming bigger and wider. So see it just maybe coming out for like a foot in front of you, and then push that light out as far as you can, even out beyond the walls of the room that you're in. Feeling this light, this sunlight, this golden energy also running through every cell of your body with each breath. feeling the warmth and the tingling coming from this area of your upper abdomen, and sending that energy all the way down your torso, down the hips, down the pelvis, down the thighs, down the calves, and also the front of the legs, and down into your feet and into the earth. And then about a foot above your head, see a beautiful bright white star. And send the energy from your solar plexus, your upper abdomen, up through your chest and your neck and your head, out the top of your crown chakra, out the top of your head, up into that star. So you're connecting into the soul star, into the cosmos. That's like the heart of the cosmos, the heartbeat of the planets and the galaxies. And send that golden energy up to the soul star, and it's bathing that soul star in this golden light. And this beautiful soul star is now like infused and growing and pulsating with this powerful light. Just take a couple more breaths here. For our final chakra breath to close the practice, I want you to breathe in that cosmic energy from the soul star above your head. Breathe it in through your crown chakra and send that light down through your spinal column. So it's going through all the other chakras, going down, 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 all the way down to your feet, and grounding this energy deep into the heart of Mother Earth. So see that beautiful light traveling like a root of a tree. And feel yourself rooted, deeply connected to the earth, grounded, ready to do some work, some writing, some play. Beautiful. So when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the present moment, come back to the room, feeling energized. And at the same time, it's calming and relaxing. But when particularly working with the solar plexus chakra is very energizing and warming too, which is actually a good thing. It's, like I said, it's kind of overcast and damp here in Santa Barbara. How did that feel, everybody? So we're going to go into a little bit of an archetypal description of the magician energy. So some of the phrases that come to mind when I think of the magician, expressive, bringing heaven to earth, manifester, right? Making the invisible visible, bringing the intangible to be tangible. It could be through a work of art. It could be through your writing. It could be through a class you offer, a service you offer. It doesn't matter. So this is about being unreasonable, imagining, being playful. The magician is also associated with the East, and the East is new beginnings, right? And, you know, we talk about the sign of Aries, you know, which we've got Mars in Aries right now. So we're talking a lot about, we're in Mars energy on Tuesday. You know, Mars is in its shadow. It's about to go retrograde. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is, you know, to kind of help you to keep coming back to cultivating that fire, Because when Mars is in retrograde, the fire gets really dampened, right? But it's also a beautiful time to tell a new story. So that's the time that we're moving into. And Mars retrograde cycle is going into 2023, into next year. Okay. So we're going to talk about, so this archetypal form, the magician, really galvanizes the entrepreneurial spirit. And when I think of the entrepreneurial spirit, I mean, obviously it's about having freedom to work as your own boss at your own pace at the time when you're at your best and in your element. And I also feel like the entrepreneurial spirit is about transferring positive and dynamic energy and mindset to the people in your orbit. So even over the computer waves, when you're dispensing your wisdom, creating beauty, you are capable of uplifting the consciousness of the people that are seeing your work, that are experiencing your work. Even on the computer, it may not be in person. It could be Zoom or what other, YouTube, some other media. But, you are uplifting the consciousness of your audience with the power of your pure light, your consciousness, your expression. So this may sound like a cross between science fiction and superstition, but it's not. And one of these very famous quotes about magic comes from a 20th century occultist named Dion Fortune. And she says that magic is the art of causing changes to take place in consciousness in accordance with will. So we have an intention and we, put it together with will and, blasting it out through our yellow diamond solar plexus, we cause changes to take place in consciousness of others. Obviously, it takes place in us first, and then we express it, right? There's obviously this part comes first, but I love that magic is the art of causing changes to take place in consciousness in accordance with will. It's a beautiful definition, and it really fits for how we're doing our work today. So in myth and symbolism, the magician is often pictured as Mercury, the messenger of the gods, holding his magic wand pointed upwards to the heavens. And Mercury is swift, light, agile, intelligent, and a master communicator. So you are a master communicator in whatever media you decide to express in. So there's, in like the tarot deck, of course, I'll grab my tarot so you could actually see a picture of the magician archetype in action. There are other implements surrounding the magician besides his wand. And that's what I want to show you a picture of. There's a lot of cards in here, obviously, for the tarot, so it's going to take me a minute. The magician is also the number one of the major arcana. So the major arcana cards represent these archetypal energies that shape our destiny and that help us move in the world in a way, again, that's more big picture. That's more about having a vision, right? So here is the magician. So you can see him holding up his wand there. And you see on his table, he has some different symbols here. And they're all symbols of the suit of the tarot. So one thing he has is the sword. You see the sword there. And that's for discerning truth and cutting away that which is unnecessary. There is a pentacle on there. So the pentacle is a disc with a 5-pointed star of Venus in the center. And the pentacle represents the power of earthly manifestation and attracting and creating wealth. The cup So that beautiful golden cup there is about the nourishment of divine love and enjoyment of sensual pleasures. So the magician is the master of all of these elements. And that's you. Everybody has these archetypes within them already. Just like we have these chakras as part of our subtle spiritual bodies, we are all made up. We all have this same equal stuff. So that's why I love to tell people, why are you waiting to do something? Why are you waiting to take action? And when we're in fear, it's really easy to make excuses, to hold back our light, to hold back our gifts. And as you're stepping into the magician, or maybe there is another archetype that is really more you, it could be the empress, it could be the emperor, it could be the high priestess. You know, there's so many to choose from, but you can choose to change, to express and be inspired by different archetypal energies, and they will help you in your work to bring specific gifts out in the world and to bring out specific qualities, right? So we're not going to talk about all the other archetypes. We're just talking about the musician, the magician, musician. Musician can be a magician too, right? So what I like about talking about the magician today is the magician really integrates all aspects of the self into a harmonious whole. So entrepreneurship connects work and soul, right? It's because we're not just doing a job, right? We are on a mission. We're creating a revolution. We're creating, and that revolution could be creating beauty. It could be about helping people be equally as prosperous as some whatever famous person. It could be anything, whatever your mission is. So remember, our entrepreneurship connects work and soul. And I love saying to find meaning in our work is to have a great treasure, right? To make meaning or find meaning in our work. So to make meaning be our work, that is poetry. That's the difference. So we can find meaning in, you know, being a secretary, being a waitress, being anything, a massage therapist, a healer, a writer, an artist, visual artist, musician. We can find the meaning in our work, but what we want to do is we want to take the meaning, the energy, and let that be the work, right? Okay. So we're going to start on our prompts. I hope you guys are ready. So I'm going to get my phone real quick because I'm like the timer queen. I'm Capricorn, I'm Saturnian. I love to have time containers, right? It's very powerful because when we have time containers and you're writing these prompts, you just literally just stream of consciousness, write and write and write. You're not stopping and reading, oh, does this sound right? You're not doing any of that. There's no censorship. There is no editing. It's just about getting the first thoughts on the page, which are always the most powerful, right? And then we could always go and extract and amplify and rewrite later. Okay. So get your writing stuff, and I'm going to get my timer. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Okay. So, dear. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see. I'm going to take these prompts. I think I can share these on a screen here because it might be easier just, you know, see if it'll let me. It's a little bit slow because we're. All right, right, so what if I make these? Kind of big like that. Okay, some of them, it looks a little weird, but I should be able to share my screen. Chrome doesn't have permission to capture your screen. Please go to, oh boy. I don't know why it's doing that. Darn. Okay. The problem, it looks like you guys are mostly on Facebook. Let me open up Facebook and I'm going to put the prompts in the, like in the thread of where the video is. Because I think, I don't know, for me, prompts are kind of difficult when, you know, someone you're writing and then someone just says it once. Okay, so Pleasure Queen Collective. Give me just a minute here, ladies. I want to make this really easy for you. Okay, so here's prompt number 1, and it's going to be in the comments. Okay, so right now, write down 5 to 10 core characteristics that make you who you are. I want you to shamelessly own your talent, glory, your story, and your superpowers. So I don't think you need a lot of time for this. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes and 30 seconds, okay? So write that list, make it glorious. I'm going to go get some more tea. The timer's going, so keep writing. Okay, you have 1 minute left. Okay, time is up. So we're going to go on to prompt number 2, and I'm typing it in here. Prompt correctly. Prompt number 2 is write down 5 to 10 client wins, transformations, and shifts that you have supported other people, other clients in. So it could be, stuff that people have told you what they think about your work. It could be, maybe we can even like go and pull in some testimonials you actually received. Um, And if you're just, starting your business and maybe you don't have this sort of thing yet, um, think about, what other people tell you you're really good at, like what they love about you, what they see in you. Write down those qualities, okay? So I think I'm going to give you all a minute and 30 seconds for this one. So go ahead and start. Okay, about 10 seconds left. Okay, time is up. We're going on to prompt. I told you we move fast, right? How are you all doing? Let's see if I can. Everybody doing okay? Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. You could always ask questions in the comments as we go along, or at the end. This is so fun. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it too. Okay, prompt number 3. Okay, let me label this prompt number 3. So this one is kind of a bit longer, so I'll give you more time, but it is thinking of your current and future clients. What gift, also known as an offer, do you want to deliver now? So for the purposes of time, since we only have this hour, just choose one, and one that's making you really hot and bothered, right? And also, when you write down what this is, you can put some detail into it. Think about what problem does it solve? Because that's the thing. If you think about it, people don't buy services, they don't really buy products, and even art. They they're buying something because it solves a problem for them, and that problem could be, they need more beauty in their life, they need more stability, they need help with their health, they need help with relationships, they need to remember to come back home to themselves, maybe to feel more confident, to feel more self-love, whatever it is. So just, do a riff on it. So there's prompt number 3. And I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes, 30 seconds again, I think is plenty. Your hand hurts from writing so fast. I shouldn't be laughing. Sorry, Dantara. That's funny. Okay, you still have about 1 minute and 30 seconds, so got some time. Hopefully you won't have writer's cramp after this. Ten seconds left. All righty. I love this. I'm making you ladies work so hard, and I'm just sitting here just sipping my tea, doing a dance. It's good to be the coach, right? I hope you guys are having fun. I do this for myself a lot. Um, so we have one more prompt, and I'm going to give you more time for this. So did I copy and paste? So this is prompt number 4. So this next one is, who do you need to be to deliver this offer, to deliver this gift, right? So when you imagine yourself as best in the world at what you do, at this thing, um, be specific. Like, what do you think about when you rise up in the morning, when you wake up? What do you do? And when problems materialize, how do you solve them? What kind of marketing do you do to tell people about your gift? How are you going to get it out there? So this one has a lot of layers. So let's do 4 solid minutes with this one, and yeah, we'll see if you need more time. So yeah, who do you need to be to deliver this gift? Who do you need to be as you imagine yourself delivering this gift and you're the best at it in the world? Doesn't matter if so and so does it or whatever. Okay. Oh, good. Don Tar says it's a good burn. Okay, there's about 45 seconds left, and I will check back in with you guys. Is everybody doing okay with this prompt? Do you feel like you need an extra minute or so? If you feel like you do, just post in the comments and let me know. Okay, time's up. Does anybody need more time? I'll give you guys another minute for this one because it's a bit long. Maybe you're all still writing or you don't need more time, which is great. Okay. So those are the prompts that I want you to go back and, read, reread. And I guess now, do you have questions about what you wrote or about what you're creating and in relationship to what you wrote? Do you want to talk about um, who you need to be if you are the best in the world at this thing? I would love to see your comments and questions. So I give it, well, let's give it like 10 minutes. And if you want to kind of digest the material more and do, really work with it some more, you could always come back to the group or back to this YouTube video and post it in the comments. And then, I'm always checking. I'll always come back. And some people don't feel comfortable with public. You could always email it to me. Let me put my email in here. So, and if you really love doing this work, I have a 6-week intensive coming up. We're going to work with different chakra combinations and a lot of this business building, marketing, branding, and I'm combining all that work. and it's called Miracles, Magic, and Money. It's a 6-week intensive. I'm posting it all over the place. It starts October 18th. It starts a week from today. So yeah, sign up soon if you want to jump in and join us. It's going to be great. I also have a partial scholarship still available if anybody needs it. So that's also posted. That information's all posted on my website. Let me get that for you. So you have it. Okay. And that's a Tuesday. Yeah, a week from today. There's some people that asked me to start a Saturday group because they have to work on Tuesdays. So I am starting a Saturday group. So just again, email me or send me a DM, post in the comments, let me know if you're interested in a Saturday class. So it's the same 6-week intensive, but just on Saturdays instead of Tuesdays. All right, beautifuls. Let me check and make sure. I'm not seeing any questions. Yeah, and just so you know, the 6-week intensive, it's over Zoom. So you guys can also talk to me. We'll be workshopping things. It's not just a broadcast like this. I mean, for free classes, I use a broadcast medium. It's much easier for me to distribute the information. Okay. So I promised a special credit assignment. So do this assignment. It's really fun. I feel like it's really easy. And if you do it, you post in the group or under the video here on YouTube and tell me that you did it and tell me a little bit about it. And I will put you in a contest to win a strategy session with me. And the strategy sessions are $550. So it's a great prize. So I would say do it. Okay. So I'm going to paste your special credit assignment. I'm going to tell you about it after I paste it. Okay, so the special credit assignment is in there. So what I want you to do is take that persona, that new you that you know you have to be or need to be, and I want you to make this persona this new you the CEO for the day. So you could start by writing a manifesto or a memo. You could write a blog post from this perspective. You can make a business plan for the year, whatever it is, a social media post or a graphic. So all you need to do is just say that you did it and post your experience in the group or under the YouTube video for a chance to win the strategy session. Okay. So I hope to see some fun special credit assignments, some imaginal CEOs for the day. Okay, Suzanne sharing that the biggest challenges she uncovered during prompt number 4 were feeling a sense of ease and that what you're going to offer teaches second nature and putting your street cred to the front. That's great. I love it. Colleen, highly recommend Chris's class, immersive experience. Oh, thank you. I've had Colleen in many classes. You're awesome, my dear. Thank you for spreading the word too, and your beautiful compliments. And I love it. And I love that we can have fun together, that we can be imaginative together, right? And not just do business as usual, which is so dry and so boring, right? Sophia, hey, can you give an example to what this assignment would look like? So, how I would approach this, I would take on a character. So, when I'm looking at who I need to become to do this, it might be like, oh, I wish, if I were Beyonce, I would do it this way. If I was Sophia Loren, I would do it this way. If I was president, or if I was a goddess, particular, could be a mythology figure. Um, I would approach it through the lens of the imagination and taking yourself out of the equation, right? Because then we have the ego to get over and all the fears. But if you come at it from this imaginal persona, it's so much easier because you are basically, it's like being an actress or an actor pretending to be this person and allowing how they would do it, how they would be the best in the world at whatever it is. It takes the heat off of you and it takes the heat off of the ego, right? And it's a lot more fun. It's imaginative. But like I said, when I say takes the heat off the ego, I feel like sometimes we can get blocked mentally and psychologically and more fear blocked when we feel like, oh, I have to do this because maybe at this point you don't feel like you are that person that would be best in the world at this. Maybe you feel like, oh, I need this training, I need that. So I want you to just erase all of that and say, if so and so amazing person that you look up to, or a mythological figure that really inspires you, a character in a play or a novel or a film, how would they do this assignment? How would they approach this? Okay. I hope that helps, but I think it will help. I know it's helped me when I made kind of like one of my favorite characters is Circe from the Odyssey. She's a sorceress who, seduces Odysseus, but first she like turns all the men into swine, and she just does what she wants. She lives on an island with all these beautiful like priestesses and attendants, and they feed her and they bathe her and she doesn't have to do anything. I'm like, that's the life for me. Um, and of course, I love her because she's magic. And she also, calls the shots and definitely has, the masculine in the palm of her hand, which of course definitely appeals to me. So Circe would be my character, and maybe my Circe self would, if I want to do something really big and bold, let's say, okay, I want to get a PR agent to get get me into like Vogue magazine or Entrepreneur magazine or Forbes or something. Let's say that. And so how would Circe do that? And, again, she could use some of her magic. She could seduce some guy and, whatever. Just, I would say, have fun with it. I mean, you could be super realistic about it. If you're like, hey, I'm here already, I'm ready to do this. You could be super practical coming from your own self and who you are right now and who you need to become might be really like this already. Just but I would say, maybe even try it both ways. First, try from the imaginal character side and see what comes out because it will be really fun and very informative, educational as well. Because you'll see the shadow, you'll see the light, you'll see all the little things that the normal you would never say to somebody else. So great question, Sophia. Does anybody else have a question or anything that they want to share about the experience? We're going to jump off in a couple minutes. Oh, hi, Astra. You'll be back for the replay. Fabulous. We're almost done. So the replay will be ready in a few minutes, probably. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today, my beautiful goddesses and gods, whoever is watching this. And so I'm doing a class, another free class a week from today. And this one is all about kind of what I was just talking about, imaginative play. And I call it IP, imaginative play. It's very closely based to active imagination, which is a Jungian practice. And we're doing a lot of meditations and journaling. It's going to be really a great experience. And again, it's all stuff that you can apply to your business in some way, and also apply to other areas of your life, right? Because there's more to life than just business. And I have to say that because I'm a Capricorn, I work constantly. And maybe some of you are like that too. You love your work and your work is your play. But we always need that refreshment, right? We need to go back to our core feminine selves and replenish and love ourselves up. So cheers. Thank you again. And congratulations on your great work today and for showing up for yourself. I love it. I adore you. Okay, so maybe I'll see some of you next week, and maybe I'll see some of you in the 6-week intensive called Miracles, Magic, and Money. We're going to be doing this kind of work, but really deeply over Zoom. Okay? Ciao, Bellas.